This is something that we.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my partners, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the New York Knicks going up against the Rockets in Houston. The Rockets have to feel pretty good about their recent play. Over the first half of the season, we've gotten a good sense of what this team is capable of. When they're on, which they have been consistently, they are an excellent unit. And Kenny, we have lots to talk about. One thing coming up on the horizon, the trade deadline. Front offices have had time to evaluate rosters. What are your feelings about blockbuster in-season trades?
Huge deals are rare in the season, Ernie.
Huge deals.
But typically they come in the offseason because teams have time to nurture and bring them together. But there have been some great trades in midseason. So you can find new life right after the trade deadline, a la Clyde Drexler of the Houston Rockets, to get us our second championship.
Good point. New players would be slow to acclimate. But, Ernie, I think at times you risk disrupting chemistry.
Sometimes worth the risk and sometimes not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a nut and sometimes I don't.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
I never want to waste your time. My life. So precious. Is yours, is mine. And look at the time. My God. So precious. Is yours, is mine.
Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing, and so is the NBA. Hey, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, our game analysts, and from the sideline, David Aldridge. Houston Rockets here at home, and an interconference matchup should be a good one. They beat the Knicks during their last encounter in New York.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively, and when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
I think intensity is the key, right, Greg? When you play with energy on the offensive end, good things usually happen.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, James Harden is a great offensive player, but there's no mistaking it. He does dominate the ball. Now, that can bother teammates sometimes, but Coach Mike D'Antoni says when they feel that paycheck every 2 weeks, that should make them play hard. You have to be a star in your role. So when James gets the ball to you, shoot it, and then run back and play hard as heck. Kevin?
Thanks. He's a great passer, David. There's no doubt he can set the table. Maybe too soon to start talking about this, Doris, but we see some young teams getting blown out. Clearly they're in rebuild mode. At what point do you start to focus on player development versus winning games?
You know, this is such a tough organizational issue because you have to balance the priority of giving your young talent an opportunity to get the repetition necessary in a playing environment in a competitive situation versus we owe a commitment to our fans to win and win at a high level because they're paying the ticket prices and ultimately, playing a part in our success. So I think some of this has to be, where are we at the midway point? Are we legitimately in playoff contention, or is it time to now focus on our player development? This is an organizational decision that has to happen organically over 82 games.
And you know what losing does to a culture? It can disintegrate a culture.
No, it's a great point. You do not want young players to get comfortable with losing. You are so right about that, Kevin.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. We've got Lee. Enes Kanter is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Jack in at the point guard position. Now here is Jack. Porzingis kicks to Kanter. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. Chris Paul picks up that one. And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard. He provides that instant offense off the bench, a great array of post moves to pick from.
That's good from Cantor.
And when you watch this Rockets team, you can see just how explosive they are on the offensive end. Almost everyone on the floor can hurt you from deep, and they all know their role and execute it to a T.
And Cantor drops them both. And last season, the Rockets' offense was incredible. Then they go and add Chris Paul.
They can run a team off the floor if they get hot. Two great playmakers in Paul and Harden. And making a move for Paul made a lot of teams fear what the Rockets can do now on offense.
Now Jack. James Harden missing on the three. Shot's good by Lee.
Well, this is why Courtney Lee is easy to play with, right? He gets his offense within the flow of the system.
13 feet away. It's hauled in by Porzingis. New York with the ball. It's a three-point game. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Yeah, it was a rough night for him. A lack of focus, I felt like, led to way too many mistakes.
I think you're absolutely right. They're too careless with the basketball. I don't think you can expect to win when you're giving away that many opportunities.
And it's good, 2 points.
Heating up early on. This is exactly how he wanted to start the night.
You're right. I mean, he's found his rhythm early. The defense has got to do a better job guarding him from this point on.
Now here is Jack, following the shot by Chris Paul. Harden outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And you got to enjoy watching Harden down low, doing whatever he wants in the paint.
Jack with it. He's picked up by Paul. And Hardaway gets it to go.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
And Harden with the basket on the assist by Paul. Harden's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, what you know about Paul, he sees everything as it develops. That time he hits the wide open man.
And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And Harden comes to help. Feeds to Cantor. Lee dishes to Jack. No good on the three. Rockets have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Capella with it, now guarded by Porzingis. Ariza with the bucket. The Knicks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Hardaway kicks to Cantor. Picked by Lee. New York moving the ball around. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Hardaway has got 5 now.
You know, and that was a nice find by KP. Saw the open man. He was on time, on target with the pass. Perfect.
Shot by Jack. Wide open. Again, the miss by Jack. The Rockets have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
In the corner, Hardaway with it. Offline with his 3. Houston in the lead. Here's Harden. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 6 points for James Harden.
What a phenomenal quarter from the field. A great shooting percentage, excellent shots. This is really well done.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up the three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up. Yeah, and really, since moving over to the point guard spot, Harden has been unstoppable, just a nightly triple-double threat.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, James Harden.
And watching James Harden, the amount of shots he is able to create for himself and his teammates He just does so much from his position that is unrivaled. One of the greatest offensive threats, not only today, but really of the last decade.
And both free throws good for James Harden. And for Harden, he's been in the conversation, Greg, for MVP for several years. The way he's able to just carry an offense with his creativity garners attention.
And Kevin, I think he might have won it last year if it wasn't for the amazing season put in by Russell Westbrook. Don't count Harden out, though. He's such a unique talent on offense. Maybe this will be his year to bring home that MVP award.
Kicks it to Lee. The wide open look here for Porzingis. They get it back. Jack for three. A three-pointer is right on target. Jack's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, I love seeing Cantor distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
Count it.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Now here is Jack. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And even while he was piling up all those points, he still found a way to create chances for his teammates. The assists just kept on coming.
It's stolen by Ariza. And it's Houston on the break. Rockets working now with a fresh shot clock. Here's Anderson. Goes up again. And Capella with the layup.
Well, he doesn't quit on that play. Just stays with it and gets some easy points on the putback. That's nice.
Knocked loose. And the dunk by Capella.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And it's early, but obviously you've got to like the dominance down low. They're simply bullying the other team right now.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And last season, the Knicks raised expectations with some of those big free agent signings and trades in the prior year. And let's face it, things just didn't work out quite how they had planned. Some would say they underachieved. Hard pill to swallow for a fan base that went into the year with so much hope.
And a big problem for the Knicks and their shortcomings last season was their defense.
Yeah, and listen, they have some shot blocking, but as a whole, the defense lacked teeth. More than anything else, it played a part in the disappointment of last season's campaign, and it's something they'll be focusing on in the coming years. Look at some numbers for Jack. How last month turned out for him. He's around 6 points per game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Over in the corner, Porzingis. There's a screen by Cantor. Outside, Porzingis cans it from downtown. Porzingis has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, this is a clear case in point of where the comparison to Dirk Nowitzki is so apropos. Not many 7-footers with that kind of range, Kev.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Another shot, Cantor. It's rebounded by Houston. Anderson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Harden. And Anderson gets it to go. Anderson's got 6 points.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
There's the pick. And Jack kicks to Hardaway. New York moving it around. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. New York called for the foul. Well, across the board last season, James Harden, Greg, saw his numbers jump through the roof, but he showed improvement both in his defensive engagement as well as his rebounding. Not something that a lot of us saw coming.
Yeah, that's a good point. And with Harden, I think the rebounding is the really surprising number. Went from being an average rebounding guard to a great one the last few seasons. He's been showing more of a dedication to all aspects of the game.
Free throw good, James Harden. Houston with a big group substitution here. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And Mbamute comes in for Ryan Anderson. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Gordon subbed in for Chris Paul. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Cantor. Doug McDermott comes in for Courtney Lee. Ntilikina, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Sessions subbed in for Jarrett Jack. Doris, you respect the art of the assist. You always have. That's part of your DNA. In the NBA now, which guys, in your opinion, are the most fun to watch in terms of their playmaking ability?
Well, I'd be interested in your take on this, but you could make the case that it's a non-point guard who's the best pure passer in the NBA. When a guy like LeBron James is differentiating between teammates about how they want to make the catch. One guy wants the ball on the seams, one guy doesn't care, and LeBron James goes to try to fit the needs of those players. Kev, come on, how good is that?
Well, it's the best. And you know what I think we're seeing? We talk about a positionless game. I think everybody's got that nice ability to pass the ball, and I think they've even taken more to an art form where they take pride in the way they set up a teammate. The passing has never been better.
Agreed.
And it's good off the back rim and in. That's 12 points for James Harden.
Boy, what has gotten into him? He's taken his game to an unreal level this quarter.
McDermott kicks to Porzingis over Mbamute. Porzingis can't hit.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Here's Tucker. That shot missing. And New York will come the other way. Sessions with it, and it's Harden picking him up. With some arc, McDermott, no one around him. They get the rebound. O'Quinn, it's deflected.
Twice on the pipes, Nene sends it back.
And Harden comes to help. Stolen by Tucker. It's Harden with the drive. Makes it off the glass. Harden's got 14.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
Pass to O'Quinn. Sessions against Harden. And Sessions kicks to O'Quinn. Over Mbamute. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Boy, that's a tough miss. Does well to get himself open and then botches it up.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Well, P.J. Tucker, the classic combo forward, right? He played power forward at Texas, but at 6'6", he had to add the perimeter game to be successful in the NBA.
And the Knicks making a change here. Beasley's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And Tucker Doris has played most of his NBA career at small forward, but he is strong.
Yeah, and I think the value is he can guard 4 positions, Kev. No problem sliding back to the power forward, especially in today's game. A lot of skilled 4s in the league, so he can guard all of those guys.
And here are the Rockets. They're on a 17-7 run. Here is Mbamute. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
New York calls timeout.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
But, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
And a look now at the four areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Knicks.
And that corner three is a big-time part of their offensive approach this season. That's the shortest distance three-pointer you can take. And if you can hit that 22-foot three ball with consistency, it can be a tremendous weapon.
Knicks trail by 17. Sessions passes to McDermott, launches a three. The shot, no good. The Rockets go the other way with it, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, and anytime you can get the looks they got and have the ability to shoot it like they do, that is a lethal combination.
Well, Greg, how about the field goal percentage and how impressive that was? They seem to be knocking everything down.
Matt Paul's great assist by Ramon Sessions. McDermott's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, we know that McDermott came into the league with a reputation as a dead-eye shooter. Get your hands up and contest or he'll make you pay.
Now here's McDermott. Harden missing his last shot. McDermott dishes to O'Quinn. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
You know, that right there is a great example. O'Quinn has got great hands, so he can step out or bang inside with the best of them. Well, with the defense laying off him, you know he's going to pull the trigger. They're lucky he didn't burn him.
Here's Ntilikina, defended by Gordon. Beasley sets a screen for McDermott. Clock at 6. Kick by O'Quinn. Over Gordon. O'Quinn can't hit.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Sessions. After Eric Gordon's bucket, McDermott for 3, and the Knicks hit again from deep. 52 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Harden. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they've built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
That's his first personal foul.
The Knicks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Two shots. Last on the first.
Free throw drops in for Beasley. And last year, one of the bigger surprises in the NBA, the Houston Rockets.
And remember, absent Dwight Howard, a lot of people thought maybe they're going to take a step back. And in the year where several other super teams in the league kind of took a step forward, the Rockets were able to hold their own. The team has a system that works, and they have bought into it. And top to bottom, they've been making smart decisions.
And Doris, you look at the Knicks team, and clearly the future is going to be built around Porzingis.
Well, and you think back to the Knicks mortgaging away their future at times to make a run at the playoffs, but I think it's now time to build from the ground up. They've got some draft picks to work with going forward, and though it may not be immediate, Porzingis is a nice centerpiece to build around.
Here's Tucker, and it's blocked by O'Quinn.
Just such nice timing by O'Quinn on that block.
The feed now to Sessions. He dishes it to Beasley. Ball's knocked loose and out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. James Harden getting it done for the Houston Rockets. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And earlier, Chris Paul told us about the depth of their roster. So important for any team.
Our bench is amazing. It's so exciting because when our bench comes in, more often than not, if we're losing, they're going to get us the lead. And if we have the lead, they're going to increase the lead. And it's fun to watch because everybody cheers for each other, too.
When your starters feel that good about their second unit guys, that's a heck of a asset that a team can have. And if you've seen Chris Paul cheering from the bench, you know that it's very, very true.
And Kevin, that's the kind of team that's always been so much fun to play on. Everybody's really pulling for one another, no matter who's playing. Even in practice, with that kind of a team, you tend to have more fun.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Rockets to be in. What do you think, guys?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
Harden and Gordon teaming up in the backcourt. Luke Mbamute out there with Nene, and it's Tucker in at the 3 slot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Houston Rockets, one of the most explosive scoring teams in the league. Defense has been a shortcoming in the past. Coach Mike D'Antoni said, we have some good individual defenders. If the rest of them just try, well, that's the plan. Kevin?
Offense is what the Rockets are all about, D.A. You know that. Coach D'Antoni definitely focuses on this part of the game more than defense. Guys, if they're going to make a run, no time like the present.
Yeah, and it's certainly, we had to expect a better game than this. Been very ugly thus far.
Chalk up 2 there. O'Quinn's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Harden gets the bucket.
Yeah, they're having a tough time containing Harden here tonight. No surprise there.
A difficult situation for New York. And Sessions kicks to Beasley. He feeds it to McDermott. They get a hand on it. It's Harden with the drive. An easy 2 points on the layup. Harden's got 8 points in the quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Kick by O'Quinn. Now here's McDermott, guarded by Tucker, kept alive. Second shot opportunity, and it's McDermott laying it in. McDermott's got 10 points in the game.
Well, McDermott is working on that interior game because he has size and touch.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Doris, back in college, you earned a master's in education. How close were you to pursuing that path versus veering into becoming an analyst for basketball?
Yeah, you know, to be honest with you, I always felt like I would be a high school teacher and a basketball coach, and someday maybe I'll coach a boys' high school basketball team. Very close, Kevin. I happened into broadcasting. I left coaching at Providence College. They put their women's basketball games on radio, and that was my entree into the business, and slowly but surely it grew every year.
But still educating still, right? I mean, don't you feel there's a part of education to being an analyst?
Oh, there's no question about it. You are trying to help that viewer to be as close to the action as we are fortunate enough to be, and sure, just describing what's going on. It's a lot of fun.
You are a PhD in broadcasting. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Anderson comes in for Mbamute. Trevor Ariza's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Paul in for James Harden. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Enes Kanter's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Lee comes in for Doug McDermott. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Ntilikina. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Sessions. Here's Beasley. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You know, I think if you look back at what has caused the Knicks' shortcomings the last few seasons, it's got to be on the defensive end, right? You can't protect the rim except for Kristaps Porzingis. Near the bottom in defensive efficiency, all not good.
That's good from Beasley. And for the Knicks, it certainly passes the eye test to say their problems come on the defensive end.
Oh, I mean, there's no doubt. It's a problem they know they need to address, and they've tried to bring in defenders because it's been such a weakness. It has to be a total culture shift, though, to me as well, Kev. Defense has got to be a priority for the organization.
Beasley hits them both. And here are the Rockets now. They're on a 14-6 run. Count it, good. Ariza's got his second bucket of the night.
And love how Paul seeks out his teammates. Superb at slicing the D to pieces with his passing.
Outside Hardaway. Ariza brings the double. Cantor sets the pick for Jack. Poked away. Here's Ariza, and Ariza with the stuff.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
No good from Lee.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Ariza with the bucket.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
The Knicks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Ariza brings the double. To the paint, here's Lee, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. Lee's got 5 points so far.
Well, this guy, Courtney Lee, has worked so hard to become a complete offensive player, that time getting the look inside.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Porzingis is checked in for New York. Jack against Paul. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And Jack kicks to Porzingis. Second chance shot. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He has 5.
Well, Mr. Porzingis, nice to know you're not afraid to mix it up. Boy, you gotta love that grit and hustle.
And Paul gets it to go in.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Here's Hardaway. Following the basket by Chris Paul. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for Houston.
Well, when you have a whole team that is locked in, this is what your shot chart looks like. They are moving the ball well and taking shots with confidence. When this team comes out and is knocking it down from all over like they are right now, they are one of the toughest in the league to beat.
Rocket shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want when they want it. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. New York's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Jack, and that one comes up a bit short.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Hardaway. Following the basket by Chris Paul.
I'll tell you, he's had a tough night. And if you're going to shake out of a slump, he's not going to do it with those kinds of shots.
Second chance shot in deep. Gordon drops it in. Gordon's got his second basket of the night.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Jack passes to Cantor. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. Cantor with a screen on Gordon. Here's Porzingis. New York, no good that time either.
They're not going to get away with many mistakes like that on the defensive end. You got to get out on him right there.
Ariza no luck. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus. Just make the simple play. And looking at the career of Courtney Lee, has hopped around from team to team a bunch of times and always a valued teammate, but just hadn't stayed on one team for very long.
Now here is Jack following the shot by Chris Paul. And taken away by Paul. It's good. Paul's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
No good from Jack.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Good on the shot. Paul's got 16.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Now here's Lee. 26 points for him last game against Atlanta. Nice shot by Porzingis.
Well, Porzingis will make you pay if you collapse off of him.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. Second, the Knicks.
You know what? Sometimes their missed shots are their best offense. I mean, they attack the glass relentlessly, and those extra possessions can determine the outcome on a lot of nights.
On defense, Houston, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Cantor kicks to Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, he throws it down with such ease. That rim might as well be 8 feet off the ground.
Here's Ariza. The shot comes out. Good D by Lee. New York's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Cantor sets the pick for Jack. Now the pass to Porzingis. And a wide open look for Lee. The three-pointer no good.
Well, I'll tell you, it hasn't been his best quarter, but we know he won't get discouraged. This guy will keep grinding.
And the basket by Gordon. And so here is New York. Outside Jack. Lee left side. Takes the three. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Ariza. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 5 assists in the game. Outside Jack. Passes it to Porzingis. Over Paul. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 11 points for Porzingis.
Boy, the score would look a lot different if his teammates could have had the kind of night he's had.
Excellent D from Cantor.
Boy, a little too casual on the layup. Temporary loss of focus. Not good.
Here's Porzingis. Lays it up off the glass. Porzingis has got 10 points in the quarter.
Kevin, another one for Porzingis, and we don't know yet what his ceiling is as a scorer. But we do know he's lighting it up right now. Outstanding pass. He reads the play as it develops, and his lead pass is absolutely perfect.
Lets a floater go. No good from Jack.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
The Knicks shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Lee with the ball. He's picked up by Ariza. Jack dishes to Lee. He kicks it to Cantor. Anderson with the block. And here comes Ariza, leading the fast break. That one goes. Count it. Ariza's got 12.
I'll tell you, this guy will not stop pouring it on. It doesn't matter what approach they've tried to use against him. He has had an answer for everything.
Now here's Lee. 5 points in the game. That's tipped, and he recovers it. And it's Cantor again missing.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
The Rockets have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Mbah a Moute's checked in for Anderson. P.J. Tucker comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Harden in for Gordon.
One shot.
And one thing that is quite clear with the Rockets in terms of their approach is their shot selection. They prefer easy layups or threes. Very rarely will you see them play that in-between game.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. We've got 1:48 left now here in the second. Screen by Porzingis. 5 to shoot. Sessions with it. He's picked up by Paul. And there's the call on Nene. That is his first foul of the game. Picked by O'Quinn. Will it go? And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And that shot selection, a systematic approach by the whole Houston organization. Greg, as a team, they actually took less mid-range jump shots than DeMar DeRozan did individually last season.
Yeah, and it wasn't even close. I mean, the approach Houston has made successful the last few seasons, they are 100% committed to not taking mid-range shots if they can help it.
The first one falls.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
And so he makes both from the line. Doors with so many one-and-dones entering the NBA, do you think expectations are too high for these guys, especially from the fans?
I don't, Kevin. I think it depends on the talent that we're talking about. You know, I know Joel Embiid is a guy who didn't necessarily start right away, but when he was finally able to be healthy, it certainly didn't take him long to become a factor on the NBA level. No, I don't think the expectations are too high. I think these guys are accustomed to expectations, and frankly, their personal expectations are probably higher than ours.
I mean, look at the elite of these high school kids have been playing like in front of big crowds on a big stage for so long. It's second nature to them, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin.
Here's Ntilikina. James Harden picking up that last basket. 4 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range.
Just has lost the feel in terms of scoring here in the second quarter. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. They are just killing them on the interior.
Out left to the wing. Here's Ntilikina. And the Knicks miss again. And for Houston, they're shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense.
Boy, that's high-impact defense in the lane, standing tall to deny the easy bucket.
And a miss there on the triple.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
And he just seemed to have a little more fire in the first quarter than he has in this one, and it showed in all the trips he made to the free throw line. Those have dried up.
Two shots.
The first one falls. Michael Beasley. He's checked in for Porzingis. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Ntilikina continues to impress from deep. Definitely showing he's comfortable shooting it from beyond.
For Houston, they have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one.
No, make no mistake, guys. One of the more effective second-round picks we have in the NBA. Tucker provides a steady diet of production.
Good on the second free throw. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the half. Beasley against Mbamute. Mbamute with the steal. And so it's the Houston Rockets, able to put on a show for the ages. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be right back after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome
Show.
back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 32 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, we have to talk about the unbelievable job they've done rebounding the basketball. They've sent bodies flying to the boards on every possession. They've been a stronger, quicker, tougher team by a wide margin. And it's that dominance on the glass that's going to win them this game.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
Well, you live by the 3 and you die by the 3. And today, they're dying. And as cold as they've been behind the arc, they keep firing from deep. What are you doing? I know they got a lot of ground to make up, but they can't continue with this game plan. Not working.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and crew, standing by courtside.
Welcome back to the Toyota Center, everyone. That's a look at our broadcast location tonight here in downtown Houston, Texas. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
You know, my favorite thing, Greg, I think he showed no fear in attacking the defense. He got on the interior with ease.
And on the floor for Jeff Hornacek starting the second half. Lee out there with Porzingis. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Jarrett Jack. And it's Cantor in at the center position. The Rockets have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Taking 2 shots.
Two shots.
Free throw drops for Harden. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And coming out of the offseason where the Knicks had a really long to-do list, you knew they were going to shake things up and made some moves in free agency. and realized they needed to build around Porzingis going forward. The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Yep, that one goes.
Yeah, this guy's trying to close this game out in style. He's not going to stop attacking until he's sure this win is in the books.
And Jack kicks to Lee. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. And the dunk by Porzingis.
No doubt about it, he has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this. And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance?
I'll tell you, Greg, his passing has been absolutely outstanding. He is threading the needle right now.
Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Capella. And here we go. Ariza heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. Ariza's got 14 points for the game.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
New York shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. No good from Lee. The Rockets have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And despite having been in this league what seems like forever, Paul still goes to the line at a fairly high clip. Well, Chris Paul signing the big contract this past offseason, and you knew he'd end up with one of the biggest deals out there, and his impact on a team goes far beyond just stats.
2.
And that one falls for Paul. Well, Greg, Houston wanted Chris Paul, and they got their man. One of the bigger surprises, certainly, of the offseason.
Yeah, and without Paul on this roster, this team isn't in the conversation for winning. You need him to keep your window of winning open, and he is just that impactful and makes everyone on the floor better.
And so Paul nails both of them.
And one of the surprise moves of this past offseason was Chris Paul moving to Houston, joining James Harden to become one of the strongest backcourts in our league. Kicked off a feeling that Houston would be a force this season.
The Rockets shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want when they want it.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
There's no doubt. They're making all the right moves. Their chemistry tonight has been phenomenal.
Over in the corner, Lee. Good, and Jack gets the assist. Jack's got assist number 5 here tonight. And Greg, many thought that Chris Paul may take a look at San Antonio, and he did, but Houston was too enticing a chance to pass up.
Yeah, it's certainly a distinctive third chapter in Paul's career. He's always been criticized for not going deep in the playoffs, and saw Houston as maybe his best bet to make a deep run, and really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Buries it down low. Paul's got 20.
And what a fantastic start here to the second half. They have yet to miss.
And Jack kicks to Porzingis. Lee passes to Porzingis. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, for the last 2 decades, there have been a lot of big men coming from Europe who have been tagged as the next Dirk, a lot of lofty expectations to live up to. But Porzingis, Doris, Porzingis seems to be one who is answering that call.
Well, I think Porzingis certainly on his way to being as beloved as Dirk is, both here and back in Europe. And the reason you like the comparison, both are size and skill combined. And they have praised each other in the past, a little bit of a mutual admiration society.
The first free throw is good.
I'll tell you, Kevin, this is the rare 7-footer who excels at the free throw line. Porzingis is not the guy you want to foul.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And watching Porzingis play, you forget how tall he really is in terms of how he moves. Not only how quick he is, but also that skill set. Incredible that a player his size won the skills competition in last year's All-Star festivities.
Kept alive, and Capella sends it back. Harden with it. He's picked up by Lee. And Harden with the basket on the assist from Capella. Capella's got 6 assists now in the game. And that is what fools a lot of NBA fans about Porzingis. Most of the highlights, Greg, you see are his blocks and putback dunks. But if you watch his game, you see that skill level.
It's rare to see a player who's the complete package like Porzingis. I mean, he's fluid. He's got the easy-looking shot. It almost looks like he's a guard shooting the basketball, comfortable creating for himself or playing off others.
Now here is Jack. Harden missing his last shot. And Jack kicks to Porzingis. His three-pointer's off the mark. Rockets have gone 9 of 10 on their attempts in the third quarter. That is
wow. And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. And the dunk by Capella.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders. Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
Well, they're certainly connecting on a lot of shots in the second half, generating high percentage looks and really cashing in.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
Here's Jack following the score by Trevor Ariza. Ariza brings the double. Jack passes to Porzingis. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Porzingis has got 23 points.
Lined it up and knocked it down. His second triple tonight.
That one goes in.
What a great shooting performance. His percentage is outstanding.
New York's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Jack dishes to Hardaway. Shoots the 3. Chris Paul grabs the miss.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Lee outside. Off target from three-point range. Lee's gotten just 2 of his 7 attempts from deep to fall here. The 3. Up and in. That's his 10th make in the contest. He has only taken 13 shots.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Knocks it loose and taken away by Paul. All alone and finished off by Paul.
Yeah, and it only takes a few shots for Paul to get going. The D has got to be worried.
The Knicks have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. And Jack kicks to Lee. Poked away. New York shooting it quite well in this third quarter, 53%, and the offense is rolling. Clock at 6. Fast break, here they come. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. New York shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Jack passes to Porzingis. Cantor dishes to Jack. No good, unable to end this run. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum. Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, and the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
Here's Capella. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Capella's got 14 points here in the second half.
Well, he's one of those guys who's kept their offense clicking. They're in front thanks in no small part to what this guy's done.
And Jack kicks to Porzingis. Over in the corner, Lee hits the three-point bomb. Lee's got 11 points.
Challenging this D with the 3 ball. That's his second from distance this half. And he also hit one in the first half, too.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Now the Knicks with it. There's the dish to Hardaway. Cantor with a screen on Harden. Here's Porzingis, and he drops it in from the low post. Porzingis has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Capella from 8 feet away, he drops it in.
And he's caught fire this quarter, yet to miss a shot.
Now here is Jack. He has 5. Courtney Lee is on the wing, lets the 3 fly. Again, the miss by Lee.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
You think back to how Jeff Hornacek was as a player. Doris, you see that same demeanor on the sidelines.
Well, what you're talking about there, Kev, is sort of that gritty, no-nonsense, tough-minded approach. What Jeff Hornacek was as a player, he certainly displays similar attributes as a coach.
Now here is Jack. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Harden against Hardaway. They get it back. Ariza with the bucket. Ariza's got 20.
And really an alert play on the glass there to get that second chance opportunity. He's having one of those games that we've really grown accustomed to seeing him put forth.
And he's back-to-back games like this. He is on a tear, competing with every ounce of energy he's got.
Scooped up. Capella uses the glass to finish the layup. Capella's got 31 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Lee kicks to Porzingis. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
He has certainly done his part this period. Just needs to get a little more help from his teammates.
It's Harden with the drive. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Harden's got 44.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Porzingis kicks to Jack. Screen by Porzingis. Up top, Cantor. Hardaway with a wide open look. Drains it from beyond the arc. Hardaway has got 13.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
Great hustle on display, and you know what? It's paying off with those second chance points.
Pass to Porzingis from outside the arc, and Lee with the basket on the assist by Porzingis. Porzingis has got assist number 5 here tonight. Here's Anderson. Lays it up off the glass. He's got 8.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
It's rebounded by New York. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Jack passes to Lee. Porzingis with the ball. He's picked up by Ariza. Shot clock at 6. Porzingis can't hit. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Capella kicks to Paul. Lee with the steal. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Dishes to Jack. From deep. Rockets with the rebound.
He had a make from downtown in the first half, but no threes since then.
Down low, Ariza, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Ariza's got 22 points.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
There's a screen by Cantor. From the stripe. He's off on that one. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Rockets ahead, running away with it. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. The Knicks shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Chris Paul and Gordon are the backcourt pair. Luke Mbamute out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Nene in at the 5. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene. Here's Sessions. Kick by O'Quinn, and Sessions kicks to McDermott. Goes back up. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Boy, broad-shouldered, barrel-chested. O'Quinn showing his strength right there.
And Doris, looking at the financial health of the league, tremendous TV ratings with the finals coverage again. Nearly half the teams valued around $1 billion, which to me is just unfathomable. Are we in the golden age of professional basketball in this country, of the NBA?
I think certainly we are in one of the great generations for the NBA. And think about this. I know soccer is the most popular game worldwide, Kevin, but increasingly basketball beyond the borders of the United States is one of the most popular and fastest growing sports. So I don't think there's any question the NBA is at its peak of its popularity with no end in sight. And I think there's a reason for that. You know, I think there's something very tangible and touchable to the NBA fan. Look at a guy like Steph Curry. He looks like every man, and yet he's finding tremendous success. That's appealing to NBA fans of the next generation.
Now, Mbamute after the missed 3 from Doug McDermott.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Here's Sessions following the score by Houston. Feeds it to McDermott. Kick by O'Quinn. Stolen by Gordon. Here's Tucker. Here's Nene. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, Nene is eating glass on the offensive end. You like to see that aggressiveness.
And Sessions kicks to Baker. Back to Sessions. Kick by O'Quinn. Sessions dishes to O'Quinn. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Rockets have gone 3 of 4 on field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And Mbamute can't get it to go.
Boy, it's tough to see how he misses that one. I don't think the defense was all that tight on him.
Sessions passes to O'Quinn. And good. He got the English that time as it falls.
You have to absolutely love how fast O'Quinn caught the ball and got into his shooting motion.
Took him no time at all on that one. 8 points for Nene.
Listen, he's streaky, but if he gets hot, you've got to run people at him. Anything you can do to disrupt his rhythm.
And Sessions kicks to Beasley. Here's Baker. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
And the shot's good from Nene.
Now, this is Nene's craft, right? He works inside, has a knack for getting it up and down.
Beasley with a screen on Paul. And O'Quinn kicks to McDermott. They double him with Nene. Back to O'Quinn. Beasley the screen. Pass to Baker. There's the 3. The shot's good. Sessions making the play. Sessions has got his 5th assist in this one. Tucker dishes to Gordon. Of course, we've seen a number of aging players really change their bodies through better nutrition and improved fitness conditioning. Do you think we'll see more guys even extending it further, playing into their 40s in the NBA?
Well, how great would it be to see LeBron James play into his 40s? You look at a guy in the NFL, a much more physically demanding game in terms just of the hitting that's done in the game. Tom Brady approaching his 40th year. Incredible. And LeBron James would be the player I point to. There's a guy 6'8", 200 and whatever he is, probably 65 pounds, who every single day puts time into the process of keeping his body healthy. It's great. His greatness has been sustained, but he pays a price to get there, Kevin.
And Doris, you can change your body and you can change your game too as you grow old.
That's a great point. Think about how much of a low post scorer Kobe Bryant became later on in his career because the elevation,
great example.
His ability to elevate, so different.
Great example.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Rockets have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. From down in the low post, it goes.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
He tries for 3. New York, no good that time either. For Houston, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. And the shot goes in. Gordon's got 4 points this quarter.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Kicks to Beasley. Here's Baker, defended by Paul. The feed to Sessions. And here's McDermott. Beasley, the pass to Baker. It's tipped. And it's Gordon penetrating. He gets it in there.
I don't think the pass could be better placed. That's a great assist.
The Knicks shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Baker. That's tipped. For Houston, they've gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth, 8 of 12. And it's Gordon missing. And for the Knicks, they're shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Baker kicks to Beasley. There's a screen. Fades away. The shot that time, not on target. And it's Houston the other way. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. And that'll be the third of the 4 straight at home.
And that's another fast break bucket. And this is the pace, though, guys, that's been working for them.
You know, I think, Greg, the faster the tempo, the better they are. And I love the pace they're playing with right now.
Now here's Beasley. Picked by O'Quinn. Mba Amute with the steal. Here we go, all alone. And Nene gets it to go on the assist from Tucker. Nene's got 8 here in the quarter.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The pass to Sessions. New York, no good that time either.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Well, Greg, I think this other team is just in a zone right now. They're clicking on the offensive end, and the defense starting to look frustrated.
Here's Sessions. Following the basket by Nene. Beasley the screen. Here's Baker, and it's blocked.
Well, statistically not the most imposing shot blocker, but he gets every bit of that one, did Tucker.
Yeah, they are really starting to push it now.
Here's Sessions. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
O'Quinn the pass to Baker. Beasley the screen. Baker kicks to Beasley, and he makes that one.
Well, the height advantage in this matchup becomes a big factor when he's in the low box.
Mba Amute with it, guarded now by Michael Beasley.
And how about this offensive production from Nene? He's got it going on tonight.
And here are the Knicks now. And Sessions kicks to McDermott. Beasley the screen. They double him with Nene. McDermott dishes to O'Quinn. Good work there as it goes.
I'll tell you, he takes the window of opportunity and delivers a nice pass into the post.
Here's Nene. Drops in the layup for 2.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
New York shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. And Sessions kicks to Baker. They get it back. O'Quinn. And it's good, 2 points.
Boy, you got to give it to the big fella from Norfolk State. O'Quinn making his presence felt on the second chance opportunities.
Here's Paul. Beasley with the rebound. The Knicks shooting only 35% in the fourth quarter. The offense looking a little rickety. McDermott with it. From outside, off the mark.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point. And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Tucker's gone 50% from the field, 3 of 6. Launches it. McDermott can't get it to go. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking. And more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
And that's a foul called on Ramon Sessions. That's his first foul. And the Rockets making a change here. Onuaku's checked in. Here's Gordon. It's rebounded by New York.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
Yeah, they've dominated that category in this one. It's reflected in the score.
And Baamute can't get it to go. There's Baker to the right side. Beasley with a screen on Gordon. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
A nice shot by Onuaku.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
So it's the Knicks now. The Rockets making the shot. Now Sessions. Got a hand on it.
This has been absolutely brutal. Missed every shot this quarter. He needs to keep his head up and keep working.
Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. New York shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Picked by O'Quinn. Here's McDermott, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Nene.
I think I like the skill set of Doug McDermott. He's a phenomenal shooter, and he's got tremendous range.
Doris, the league would prefer that players stay in college a minimum of 2 years before entering the draft. Others have countered with straight out of high school in that approach. Which way do you lean?
I would say I would lean to allow these young men, if they're prepared and have the talent and ability to go straight from high school to the league, they should have that opportunity. We don't put restrictions on any other field of endeavor. If you're a great musician, you can go to New York City and make a living in an orchestra on Broadway. To me, if you're capable, you should be allowed the opportunity. This is America. We are a land of opportunity.
And McDermott drops them both. And for the Rockets, they're shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. Back to Nene. Over O'Quinn. The shot by Nene. No good. New York shooting 32% in the 4th, perhaps looking a bit tired. Pass to Baker. Expanding his range. Kept alive by New York.
And I just love how he's banging down low. His hard work will let them use some more of the clock here.
This one for 3. The shot, no good.
Hey, the defense is content to let him prove he can make that shot, and so far, he cannot.
Ramon Sessions with the steal.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Rockets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Chris Paul.
Boy, his assist total to me is the most telling stat. This guy created, he made sharp passes, and the defense was always reacting to him.
Plenty of daylight on that shot.
Well, McDermott's known for that catch-and-shoot game. The rise and fire on the catch. Pretty.
Here's Tucker. Lays it up and banks it in.
Boy, the assist just put on time and on target. Easy shot opportunity.
And for the Knicks, they're shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensive. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul. Doris, we know coaches need to win to keep their jobs. However, they need great players to win, which falls on the shoulders of a general manager. So why are more coaches fired for poor team performance than GMs, you think?
You know, I think what's fascinating to me, and this is a supposition I've heard other broadcasters talk about, which I believe should be in.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
That's a beautiful jam.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Well, you can't have any room for error late in a game like this, so they put the finishing touches in style. I love how they closed.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, his production has been unbelievable. Really a testament to how much he cares about his craft.
Here's Baker, guarded by Harden. Baker passes to Sessions. He dishes it to O'Quinn, and O'Quinn slams it in.
You know, we've seen this before. O'Quinn can make you pay on the stat sheet if you let him, and they haven't slowed him down here.
Fouled in the act of shooting, a three-point play chance coming up.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, it really was. They wanted this home win badly, and they went out and took it.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're ahead. There's 18 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think, guys?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
You know, I think it's an opportunity just for the coach to see some execution. Finish this thing out the right way.
Now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Free throw, Mbamute. Good. And here are the Knicks now. To the left wing. Plenty of space. And that one comes up a bit short. It's Harden with the drive. And that one, good. Harden's got 48.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And he can't hit the second. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much with Chris Paul. Chris, a very convincing win, and that doesn't happen often in this league. So what do you take from this?
You know, one thing that our coaching staff keeps stressing to us every night is that it's about us. You know, so regardless of score, we got to continue to try to get better because we impose our will on the defensive end. The sky's the limit.
Well, the focus was there tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.